Have you ever thought about why self-control seems so elusive, so unattainable? It's a question that has plagued many of us as we grapple with our emotions, our desires, our fears. The struggle is real, and it's universal. Consider John, a man like any of us. He's caught in the turmoil of life, buffeted by the winds of emotion and circumstance. He yearns for calm, for peace, for control, but the more he tries to grasp it, the more it seems to slip through his fingers. He's caught in a cycle of stress, anxiety, and regret that feels unending. But then, John discovers something. A philosophy, a way of life that promises not to eliminate the struggle, but to help him navigate it with grace and resilience. This philosophy is called Stoicism. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy born in the cradle of Greek civilization, offers a way to not just survive the storm, but to thrive within it. At its core, Stoicism is about self-control and emotional resilience. It's about understanding that we cannot control the world around us, but we can control how we respond to it. The Stoics, like the great Roman emperor and philosopher Marcus Aurelius, believed that our emotions are not dictated by the events of our lives, but by our perceptions of those events. You have power over your mind, not outside events, he wrote. Realize this, and you will find strength. And so, John begins to explore Stoicism. He reads the works of the Stoics, from Aurelius to Seneca, from Epictetus to Zeno. He learns about the Stoic virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. He begins to understand that his struggle with self-control, with destructive emotions, is not a personal failing, but a human condition. And in that understanding, he finds hope. The answers to our struggles might just lie in the ancient wisdom of Stoicism. For John, and perhaps for many of us, the journey towards self-control and emotional resilience begins not with trying to control the world, but with learning to control our own perceptions, our own responses, our own selves. It's a challenge, yes, but it's a challenge worth taking on. So what are these Stoic principles that promise to help us conquer our day? At the core of Stoicism, we find 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These are not just abstract concepts, but practical tools for navigating the complexities of life. Wisdom, the first principle, is the understanding that we don't control and cannot rely on external events, only how we respond to them. As the philosopher Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The second principle, courage, is not only physical bravery, but also the resolve to act rightly, regardless of the circumstances. It's about standing up for what you believe in and facing adversity head-on. In the words of the great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Justice, the third principle, is the understanding of the interconnectedness of humanity. It urges us to treat others with fairness and kindness, recognizing that we are all part of a larger whole. As Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, put it, we are waves of the same sea, leaves of the same tree, flowers of the same garden. Finally, temperance, the practice of self-restraint, reminds us to find balance between our desires and our actions. It's about moderation in all things, from our emotions to our behaviors. These principles encourage emotional resilience and self-control. They teach us to remain calm and composed in the face of adversity, to act with integrity and fairness, and to always strive for wisdom. They guide us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. It's important to remember that these principles are not rules to be followed blindly, but guidelines to be adapted to our unique circumstances. They are tools for self-improvement, designed to help us navigate the complexities of life and become the best versions of ourselves. These principles, while ancient, are as relevant today as they were back then. How can we apply these Stoic principles in our daily lives? Imagine waking up to a day filled with uncertainty, as every day indeed is. Our protagonist, let's call him Marcus, has a big presentation at work. The pressure is mounting, and anxiety is creeping in. Here's where the Stoic principle of understanding what's in our control and what's not comes into play. Marcus reminds himself that he can control his preparation, his effort, and his attitude, but he can't control how his boss will react, whether the technology will cooperate, or how his colleagues will perceive him. Now let's consider another scenario. Marcus receives a rude email from a coworker. The sting of the words is sharp, but Marcus recalls the Stoic teaching that we can choose how we respond to these situations. He takes a deep breath, choosing not to let anger cloud his judgment. Instead, he responds with patience and understanding. knowing that everyone has their battles to fight, just as he does. But Stoicism is not just about handling adversity. It's also about embracing the joy in the ordinary. Marcus comes home to his family, to the simple pleasure of a home-cooked meal, the laughter of his children, the comfort of a familiar routine. He savors these moments, understanding the Stoic principle of memento mori, the awareness of the impermanence of life. And then there are those quiet moments of solitude. Marcus reflects on his actions, his thoughts, his feelings. He practices the Stoic exercise of evening reflection, not with self-judgment, but with an eye towards learning and growth. Over time, Marcus notices a shift. There's a calmness in his demeanor, a resilience in the face of challenges, a deeper appreciation for life's simple pleasures. He's not just surviving his days, he's truly living them. And that's the beauty of Stoicism. It's not just a philosophy, it's a practical guide to living. But what can Stoicism really do for us? This question is the gateway to understanding the transformative power of this ancient philosophy. Stoicism, when embraced and practiced, holds the potential to radically reshape our lives. Consider the realm of self-control. Stoicism teaches us that we can't control the world around us, but we can control our reactions to it. This understanding allows us to navigate life's ups and downs with a sense of calm and composure. It's like standing in the eye of a hurricane, where everything around you is in a state of chaos, yet you remain unshaken and composed. Just imagine, our protagonist, once a slave to his emotions, now stands tall amidst life's storms, all thanks to the power of Stoicism. The same person who was once easily frazzled is now a picture of poise and serenity. That's the transformative power of Stoic self-control. Beyond self-control, Stoicism offers emotional resilience. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." Stoicism teaches us to view challenges not as setbacks, but as opportunities for growth. Our protagonist, once crushed by the weight of adversity, now embraces it, using it as a stepping stone to become a stronger, more resilient person. And then there's peace of mind. Stoicism encourages us to focus on the present moment, freeing us from the burdens of past regrets and future anxieties. The result? A profound sense of tranquility and contentment. Our protagonist, once haunted by his past and fearful of his future, now lives in the here and now, enjoying a peace of mind he never thought possible. But perhaps the most compelling benefit of Stoicism is the promise of a more fulfilling life. Stoicism encourages us to live according to our nature and values, leading to a life of authenticity and fulfillment. Our protagonist, once lost and purposeless, now leads a life of purpose and passion, all thanks to Stoicism. Just like our protagonist, Stoicism can transform our lives. Stoicism is not just a philosophy, it's a way of life, a path to a better, more fulfilling existence. It's a journey worth taking, a journey that can change everything. So, are you ready to take the Stoic challenge? As we journey through life, we often find ourselves at the mercy of tumultuous events and unpredictable circumstances. But imagine a life where you are not tossed to and fro by every wind of change. A life where you possess the tools to navigate the stormy seas of existence with calm and equanimity. This is the life offered by Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that teaches self-control, emotional resilience, and the art of living well. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions or ignoring the world's troubles. It's about understanding the nature of existence, recognizing what's within our control, and letting go of what's not. It's about finding peace amidst turmoil and strength amidst adversity. As the great Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." Embarking on the Stoic path is not without its challenges. It requires courage to face life as it is, not as we wish it to be. It demands discipline to train our minds to react with equanimity to both pain and pleasure, success and failure. But the rewards are immense. A life guided by Stoic principles is a life of tranquility, resilience, and profound joy. You may stumble as you tread this path, as we all do. You may grapple with destructive emotions, wrestle with self-doubt, or struggle to let go of things beyond your control. But remember, every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Every stumble, a chance to rise stronger. Stoicism is not just a philosophy, it's a way of life. It's a call to live with authenticity, to embrace the world as it is, to cultivate inner strength, and to find contentment in the present moment. It's an invitation to become the best version of ourselves. Remember, the path to self-control and emotional resilience is within your reach through the wisdom of Stoicism. Embrace the Stoic challenge. Let the journey begin.